Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Rick Alberty. I'm the Executive Director of ChamberSOUTH, and today we are here for another special edition of ChamberSOUTH Spotlight. And today I have the honor of being with Roberto Fernandez. Thank you very much, Roberto, from Mosquito Shield. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, Rick.
Good to have you, my friend. Tell me, who is Roberto Fernandez?
All right, good question. So I'll start from the beginning. Migrated to the United States. I was born in Cuba. Came to the United States when I was 10 years old. Grew up in Miami-Dade, more specifically Hialeah. Went to American Senior High, then later on St. Thomas University. So went through the public school systems down here in Dade County. Married. I believe you met my wife, Eileen.
I did.
I have two kids. My oldest is Robert Jr., who I call him Junior, but he's like 6 feet, 200 something pounds.
Oh, Lord.
He is a senior and a baseball player at Rice University in Houston.
Congratulations.
My youngest, Isla, she's 18, and she's a freshman at University of Miami. She wants to be a politician, right? Wants to be a senator.
Oh, Lord.
So been married for... 20 plus years. We'll
leave it like that. 20 plus.
We'll leave it like that. And after high school, went to the Army, several years there. Once I came back, as you know, I became a fireman and was in the fire service for about 25 years.
Wow. So you were a fireman for 25 years, and yes. Where?
Pembroke Pines. I retired as a captain. I actually retired last October. So I'm fairly new to this new schedule that I have now, not having to go to the fire station.
Now, why did you retire?
Well, I completed my 25 years of service.
So that was enough.
Right. With us, it was 25 years.
Mandatory?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. You have to retire.
Well, you started young. You were lucky. You started young as a fireman.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to get into that. So many people want to do that.
Right.
And after 25 years, I'm going to assume, like me, I was with UPS for 20 years. You're fully vested now.
Correct.
So thank God that goes through with you for the rest of your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And tell me, what did you do after you left the fire station? What did you do when you retired?
Well, I just retired in October.
In October.
While I was in the fire service, our schedule is very flexible, right? We work 1 day on, have 2 days off.
Okay.
So in those 2 days off, I've always wanted to do something, right? I have small kids. At that time, I had small kids. My wife was going through a doctorate program.
Okay.
So she wasn't working. And this was, 17 years ago. So I wanted to do something else. And I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Right. So I remember going online and trying to search what I wanted to do. I just couldn't find something. And I found a program at Miami Lakes Technical College by Opelika Airport. And they had an adult program, was major appliance repair. Now, keep in mind, I didn't even own a screwdriver back then. I was not mechanically inclined. So I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm thinking about taking this course. And you just see the look in her face, like a mule.
Like, what?
Okay, I was like, well, it was only $600 one semester. If it doesn't work out, then I lost $600. No big deal. Went to the course. I enjoyed it. Somehow I was good at it. I just understood what was going on. Became real good friends with the instructor, Richard Zilka, who later became my business partner.
Did he really?
Yes. So after a few months of being there with Richard, I kind of convinced him. I was like, hey, Richard, I need your help. You have the connections. Let me do the service work after I leave the fire station. Let me start doing service calls. And if I need help, I call you. And you can be my tech support.
Guide me. Okay.
So I convinced him. He agreed to it. And anytime someone would call him for any kind of repair, any kind of residential repair, he would just send me. And so I started getting experience. And at one point, the service manager for Electrolux came to us, and they needed help with their local distributors. They were not finding good service companies to service just their distributors. So we started doing that.
Wow.
And then we became factory authorized with Electrolux Frigidaire. Long story short, we later on convinced them to give us zip codes so we can have certain coverage areas. And then we just started growing from there. We started hiring technicians and expanding. At one point, I had 35 service technicians. We were covering from Homestead, Port St. Lucie, Sarasota, Orlando, even as far as Jacksonville, Tampa. So ran that company successfully for about 17 years. Just finally finished sold it in January of this year.
Well, congratulations.
So that also gave me a little bit time for myself.
Well, you see, what you just mentioned now and explained now is great for our listeners, because you never know what life is going to throw at you.
Absolutely.
What you're going to do, what you're going to learn. It's never too late to learn. Look at you. You took a class. You weren't mechanically, I guess, not inclined. You didn't have the knowledge. I don't. Correct. I mean, I can put up fans and do some electrical work minor, but, but for you to learn really what, why, where, and when, you got to take a class.
Correct.
And you did that. You liked it. And you started a business out of it. Mm-hmm. Being a small business owner today is not easy. Not easy.
To say the least.
And especially if you have a brick and mortar location.
Absolutely.
But it's not easy. And you built something with an instructor from a class to go up to 35 technicians.
Correct.
Wow. Congratulations.
It wasn't an easy task. Obviously, everyone sees a business owner and they only see the outside. Right? They don't see the sleepless nights, the things you put your family through because of your vision, because, the time you have to stay away. But it is rewarding, but it's not easy.
It's not.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not easy. So if my ice maker isn't working, I can call you?
Not anymore. Absolutely. You can call me. I can guide you in the right direction.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, nowadays it's very difficult to find a good appliance repair individual.
Not just appliance. Unfortunately, the service industry, the quality of work has decreased. Contractors tell you they're going to be there and they don't show up. They tell you a particular price and it's not the same. So, yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it's tough. Is that business still going today? The one you just sold?
Oh, absolutely. Not sold it to a different company.
But they're still running?
Completely different industry.
Okay.
Yeah, a little variation of it.
All right, so you sold the organization. What made you get into another business? Right. Or did we?
No, I did. So about 6 years back, we were fortunate. The business was doing well. So as you know, at one point you have to decide, well, do I invest this money or do I pay it in taxes? I much rather invest it.
So would I.
Right?
You want to repeat that? You want to repeat that? And what do you mean by that?
So
when you're doing well,
you have two options. You either reinvest that money or you pay it in taxes.
Exactly.
And I think the economy will do better if we reinvest it in the economy. Much better than letting our politicians handle the money. That's just how I saw it. So I researched, and I was trying to find different industries that I wanted to. I was looking at a particular franchise, but my territory was sold, so I had to move on. And then they came across Mosquito Shield. And at the same time, I have just moved into my home in Palmetto Bay. Palmetto Bay, a lot of trees. The house has a lot of trees in the back. So we're remodeling the home. And the reason why I'm saying this is because as I'm doing my research, I will go to the house just to see how some of the remodeling was going. And I couldn't sit in the backyard.
You were getting eaten up.
I was getting eaten alive. I remember my family, we would sit around the pool, which was drained at that time. And we were having pizza. And it was
unbearable.
Hurry up, eat. Because mosquitoes are killing me. The workers couldn't work inside the house because obviously, you know, the windows open and everything. And the mosquitoes were that bad. And at the same time, I was doing research to see what other business I wanted to invest. came across Mosquito Shield. Company was started 22 years ago, and it was actually a mosquito control company that later franchised. So it wasn't a franchise going into the mosquito control business.
Okay. So it started from a parent company, a mosquito control organization.
Right. It was
company.
a franchise.
They did it well, and then they started franchising.
Correct.
So they did it the right way.
Correct. Just the research that they put behind it, how they helped their franchisees. I spoke to multiple franchisees at different locations that were successful, like Texas, somewhat similar weather to what we have down here.
Sure.
And then I saw the need that we have here, especially in Dade County. I mean, Dade County, it's a mecca for mosquitoes. Everything's perfect. The outdoor, the humidity.
Standing water at many places, everywhere.
Yeah.
And, so when I think of mosquito shield or when I think of mosquito prevention, everybody I think has in their mind, you see that truck from the government going by and spraying the spray up into the air and trying to get to control, not get rid of, control mosquitoes.
Correct.
What does Mosquito Shield do? How do you guys operate?
Okay, so basically, the county is going to do, obviously, the big picture.
Okay.
And like you said, they control mosquitoes. You're never going to eradicate mosquitoes completely. And to be honest, you don't want to. They're still part of the ecosystem. Believe it or not, they still have other insects that depend on mosquitoes. A male mosquito is still a pollinator, just like a bee.
Really?
Right, because interesting. It's just some interesting fact about mosquitoes. The female mosquito is the only one that bites. Sort of like in my house. Right?
Exactly.
And they bite, they feed because they need the protein in your blood for their eggs. The males, they pollinate and their sole purpose is to mate. Males live about 7 to 10 days. A female can live for about 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow. 7 to 10 days.
For the male. So all he wants to do is mate.
It.
His sole purpose is to mate. The females will live a lot longer. Something interesting too, the female only needs to mate once with the male because it will store the sperm and produce multiple batches of mosquito eggs.
Wow.
It's just amazing how they're being able to evolve over so many years.
How can they study that and know that? Wow. Amazing.
Scientists. So back to your question, the county, they track mosquitoes. They have traps that they set up throughout the county. And with these traps, they know where mosquitoes are pretty bad, in what particular area. They send the trucks and they spray that area. What we do is completely different because we're going into your backyard.
Okay.
Where we're servicing your house entirely, your backyard areas, where you spend most of your time. Now, mosquitoes are a nuisance, obviously, and they're very bothersome, but they also pose a public health hazard. But the way we see it is, I know it's a small picture, but they improve quality of life. Think about your house. If you have a nice pool, pergola, and you can't enjoy it.
No,
you can't be outside with your family, which is one of the reasons where I got into it, is going back to my story when I was remodeling my house and I couldn't stay outside.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We help business owners, residents, municipalities, HOAs, just to enjoy the outdoor space.
Tell me about the process. Okay, I call you over, I tell you, Robert, man, I got a terrible problem with mosquitoes in my backyard.
Right.
What is it that you do? Just a spray? Is there nets? Is there anything that you set up? Because you see the mosquito buzzers, the fryers that they fry the mosquitoes. What is the solution? How is it you attack the problem?
Well, the number one solution, and a lot of things that homeowners can do, is just like the county tells you, drain and cover. Go in your backyard, see what could be holding water. See what plants hold water. Bromeliads, right? They're notorious for holding a lot of water, which are breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So there are a lot of things that a homeowner can do.
Okay.
Right? When that doesn't work and you still can enjoy the outside, that's when you call us.
Okay.
We'll go to your house. We'll take a look at it. We'll see any issues that you might have. What's holding water? Whether it's the gutters could be clogged. That's another area that people really neglect.
Good point.
Because if they don't drain water starts to poo, and then mosquito lays their egg in there, and we can't reach them up there.
Ooh.
So then we walk around the house, we'll try to identify problem areas. So we have several options that we can do. We can backpack spray where the technician comes and they spray the entire property. Or they also have what we do misting systems, permanent fixtures that go in the eaves around the property. And those will set off automatically approximately 3 to 4 times a day, depending on your house. So
hazardous to insurance, hazardous to humans?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Every product that we use is EPA registered. So it's not going to cause harm to your family, your pets, does not damage any of your outside furniture. And it's extremely diluted. Mosquitoes are very small. So we use a very small amount, about an ounce per gallon of water. So think about how diluted that is. We're trying to control mosquitoes.
Exactly.
We're not trying to affect anything else.
Right.
And that's a big misconception that sometimes people have.
I didn't know that you had automatic sprayers like that you can time and to put that in the household.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that stays there permanently.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's a different service. Obviously, that's more of a permanent fixture. You won't see it. It's discreetly hidden by your pool pump, AC unit, and the nozzles are very small and they discreetly go around your house. That's a more premium service. Okay. But again, it all depends on the resident, depends on the property.
How often would one of your technicians with a backpack sprayer go and spray a property? How often should they?
Right. So mosquitoes reproduce very, very, very fast. They're reproducing between 10 to 17 days, depending on the weather, which is what that makes it unique to any other type of pest control. So regularly, we'll go every 2 weeks and spray that customer's home. Sometimes we mix the products to make sure we get proper coverage and are effective with our products. But yes, we are there constantly.
Do you guys give them any type of guarantee of how much time they should not have or feel an abundant number of mosquitoes?
Now, most residents are going to see effects even after the first spray. Now, remember, we're trying to disrupt that life cycle. Mosquitoes have been laying eggs in your backyard forever. So a new batch hatches, we come, we kill as many as we can. A week later, another hatch will batch. So that's why it's that long-term consistency that makes our service better. Now, if a customer is not happy or outbreaks happen, we can't control the weather. It's Mother Nature that we're trying to somewhat control. They give us a call, we go back out, we give a service call, and there's no additional fee.
Wow.
And we're very flexible as well, where if you happen to be one of my customers and we go every 2 weeks and you're having an event in that week in between or whenever, hey, Robert, I'm having an event at my house. Can you come by and spray? Sure, we'll give you an additional spray. It's all about customer service.
Sure is.
And we want you to be happy when you're outside. Because if you're happy when you're outside, you're going to recommend us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how I see it.
Absolutely. You're so right on, because that little extra that you give is going to come back to you many times, 100 times over.
I believe so.
How about contracts? Is that something that you make your clients sign? They have to sign a 52-week contract or a 36-week contract? Is there any contracts?
No. Short answer is no. And that's a good thing about our service. I have several customers that we service their property only throughout the summer. Grandparents, kids out of school, they spend a lot of time at their home. But guess what? That child cannot jump in the pool. So I can't tell you how many customers I have around May to September is the only time that we service them. So there's no contract at all. Some people during the winter, they travel, they go back to their country for several months, they stop the service.
Don't need it.
They turn it on whenever they come back. So there is no contract, and it's as needed.
And you can do residential, business. I guess you could do municipalities.
Correct.
You can, and just about anywhere.
Correct.
How many technicians do you have at this time?
Right now, I have 5 technicians.
5 technicians, and you just started.
Well, about 6 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, it's
hey, 6 years goes by like this.
It absolutely does. And the first 5 years are crucial for any business.
God.
But what they say, most businesses close,
fail within the first 5 years.
which is why I stuck with what I'm comfortable with the service. I'm comfortable with the service of a service business, which is why I stuck with that when I went with Mosquito Shield. But going back to your question and who do we service, we did a real good event about 2 weeks ago. Palmetto Bay, they had the camp at the park, at Coral Reef Park.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about it, but participants come at 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock on Sunday.
Wow.
And they do all kinds of cool events. But at night, they camp at the park and they get to watch a movie in a large
big
projector.
screen.
Right. So we help sponsor it. We help come on Friday night and we sprayed that section of the park so that they're able to be comfortable doing the event. We also...
so you sprayed a day before.
Right, because think about it. They were going to be there Saturday at 10 in the morning till Sunday.
Sunday. So
So
you did it on Friday and it lasts.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so it knocks down the mosquito population so you can enjoy your outdoor space.
That's awesome.
We do this a lot for venues, especially down in the Redlands, Homestead. You have a lot of farms and a lot of outdoor venues, weddings.
Exactly.
So they will contract us and we will spray the day before just to make sure that they have a good event.
Well, I can tell you one that I'm going to recommend that they reach out to you is Key Biscayne Golf Course, because in the summer it is
Ready.
killer.
Key Biscayne
because of the mangroves and everything there. The mosquitoes are just unbelievable during the summer.
Yep, we have many customers in Key Biscayne. I mean, that most recent one I had, I was walking the property with them, and I had to tell him, listen, we have to cut this short because mosquitoes were eating me. He had a mosquito in his face. I had 2 or 3 on my face. I thought we were going to start smacking each other to try to kill these mosquitoes. So yes, I am aware how bad it can be.
It can be Key Biscayne.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robert, I want to thank you for being here today. You're a fairly new member of Chamber South.
Yes.
So thank you for your support. I appreciate that. I hope that you're enjoying your time as a member. I know that I got to take advantage of you now because in the summer, I'm not going to see you because you're going to be overworked and underpaid. So, but you know what? Congratulations to really starting off in the right foot and holding on because you've done everything right in your life. So keep doing that, my friend. And, you're giving back to the community, and that means a lot. So I want to thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
3, let's say goodbye to the folks right there on these cameras. 1, 2, 3. See ya.
Bye-bye.